Oops.
I want to ask you, kind of right off the bat, a question that I'm sure you're getting a lot, which
Yeah.
is the current state of Los Angeles comedy. I saw the clip from your mom's house with your wife, Christina P., where you guys are talking about the exodus or the impending exodus. My first question, one of my questions is, how much of that was precipitated by Joe Rogan leaving? And two, does this, if in theory a bunch of the made people out there leave, does that create space for the next generation of young comedians in LA?
I mean, it's an interesting question. I mean, I feel like Joe leaving is obviously it's a big enough event where it can influence other people, to do so. But I think Joe's also leaving at a time where remove him, a lot of people in general are leaving California. So
Right.
California is like, they have not managed this stuff well. And there's kind of this general exodus just to, overall.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to dial in on comedy world, yeah, there seems to be a lot of not just comics leaving, but like notable comics that are signing up to leave or have left already. And yeah, I think, the funny thing is, I think clearly if 20 comedians that are, reputable leave, that in theory would mean there's 20, open slots. But like, if you suck, you still suck.
Yeah.
So like, don't get excited that like it's going to open you, like now you're good. No, you're not.
Right.
You're still not good if you're not good.
Right.
Like, it's not like all of a sudden you're going to be like celebrated because good people left. They'll just find, better people to take those slots. But I also think that like with the way that, I mean, there's a lot of comics here that are really good, that have been developing and that are, ready to pop. But I also feel like even people that leave, like a Joe, for instance, I mean, he's going to fly back here all the time. And, if the Comedy Store is open, like people who left town will come back just to do spots. That's how much people love working the store.
Right. I totally get that. I've done some spots in the belly room, and it was really fun.
It's fun, man.
It's like a haunted house of comedy. It's so like theatrical.
And the most fun, I mean, the shows are obviously fun, but like the fun part about doing the store is the hang, like hanging out.
Yeah.
In the parking lot, just chatting up other comics. It's like those are the most fun times going there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sitting on that railing in the little, in the walk up to that's where everyone's passing by is very cool.
Yeah.
That's so, okay. So it sounds like you're pretty hopeful about, the continuity of the scene and especially the Comedy Store.
I mean, I think the store will always, push through and survive. I mean, part of it is like they own that building. It's not like they're going to lose their lease or something.
Mm-hmm.
People in Los Angeles love the Comedy Store as a place to go and enjoy comedy. So I think it's going to pull through. I do think you're going to see a lot of people leave LA and New York. I think that's a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think it'll continue for a little while, actually. This is one of the effects of what's been happening.
Yeah. It's funny. When people often ask me if I'm like a huge Joe Rogan fan, do I listen to the podcast? And I give some sort of dismissive answer of like, well, occasionally I'll check out some of the clips on YouTube. And then last night I found myself on Zillow checking out home prices in Austin, Texas for 2 hours. And I've never even considered living in Texas.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty telling.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, well, here's the thing, man. Like, Austin's real interesting because Austin has had a scene. They definitely have a comedy scene. Like if you're looking at comedy scenes in the country, they've always had a pretty reputable, like scene there. And then, yeah, like him going, he's gonna it's not just his presence and influence, but like he's going to do things and spend some of that money to make that scene kind of elevated, you know? Going
create
to
an infrastructure.
Wherever he lives, that, you know, he loves that, being around that. So he's going to invest in that infrastructure. And Austin's pretty dope, dude. I've looked at Austin before. I looked at Austin last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I watched some of that clip too, where you guys were talking about where you might live, and you were thinking Denver. Denver's
always been my favorite U.S. city.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Austin, I've always had a good time at. I like the city.
Yeah.
And the lifestyle there. I mean, I could definitely be convinced to check out Austin.
If you like that video, check out our channel where we have way more videos. I just don't know how to do this. This is unbelievable. If you like that video, we have way more videos on our channel. Please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you want to know when there are new ones. But if not, check them out, and we appreciate it.
Oops.